Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who refused to be ordinary. On February 5, 1985, on the Portuguese island of Madeira, in the city of Funchal, a boy was born into a life that offered very few advantages. His family was poor, his surroundings modest, and his future uncertain. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. The name Ronaldo was chosen by his father in honor of American President Ronald Reagan, a curious and almost prophetic detail for a child who would one day become a global figure. On that day, no one could have imagined that this boy would grow into one of the most recognizable people on earth. There were no guarantees, no safety nets, no privileged beginnings. There was only a football, and a fierce desire to become something more. A childhood that did not forgive weakness. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, life on Madeira was simple and unforgiving. Cristiano grew up in a small house, sharing a bedroom with his siblings. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a gardener and as a kitman for a local amateur football club. His mother, Dolores Aveiro, worked long hours as a cook and cleaner to support the family. Football entered Cristiano's life early. In 1993, at just 8 years old, he began playing for a small local team called Andorinha. Even at that age, he was different. Not because he was the most skillful, but because he could not accept losing. He cried after defeats, not from physical pain, but from anger and frustration. To adults, he seemed overly emotional. In reality, he was already developing the trait that would define his life: an absolute intolerance for failure. In 1997, at the age of 12, Cristiano passed trials at the Academy of Sporting CP in Lisbon. This moment changed everything. He left his island, his family, and his childhood behind. Lisbon was not kind to him. 12 years old and completely alone. Life in Lisbon was harsh. His accent marked him as an outsider. He was mocked at school and struggled to fit in. Many nights he cried himself to sleep, seriously considering returning home. But he did not. Somewhere deep inside, he understood a simple truth. If he went back, his dream would end. In 2001, when Cristiano was 16 years old, doctors discovered that he suffered from tachycardia, a serious heart condition that could have ended his career before it truly began. Surgery was required, the operation was successful, and just days later, he was back on the training pitch. Later in life, he would say that this moment taught him something vital: nothing is guaranteed. The first step into professional football. On 14th August 2002, Cristiano Ronaldo made his debut for Sporting CP's first team. He was thin, explosive, inconsistent, but dangerous. Everything changed less than a year later. On August 6, 2003, Sporting played a friendly match against Manchester United to inaugurate their new stadium. Ronaldo tormented the English defenders with his speed and confidence. That night, Sir Alex Ferguson did not see a finished player. He saw raw potential. On August 12, 2003, at just 18 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo officially became a Manchester United player. England. From a boy to a man. His early years in England were brutal. Defenders kicked him relentlessly. Fans accused him of diving. Pundits mocked his showmanship. He was talented but fragile, emotionally and physically. Yet Manchester United became the place where Ronaldo transformed himself. He trained obsessively. He rebuilt his body. He studied the game. Between 2006 and 2009, he became one of the most dominant players in world football. In that period, he won 3 Premier League titles, the UEFA Champions League in 2008, and in December 2008, his first Ballon d'Or. At that moment, the football world officially acknowledged what was becoming undeniable. Cristiano Ronaldo was the best player on the planet. Real Madrid and the war for greatness. On July 1, 2009, Ronaldo joined Real Madrid in a world record transfer. In Spain, he did not merely play football, he built a legacy. From 2009 to 2018, he became Real Madrid's all-time leading goalscorer, won 4 Champions League titles, and claimed the Ballon d'Or again in 2013, 2014, 2016, and 2017. Every season was a battle, with opponents, critics, and himself. His rivalry with Lionel Messi defined an era, not just statistically, but philosophically. 2 geniuses, 2 paths, 2 mentalities. Life after Madrid. In July 2018, Ronaldo moved to Juventus, proving that his success was not tied to one club or one league. In 2021, he returned to Manchester United, but the club and football itself had changed. The reunion was emotional but difficult. A new chapter began in January 2023 when he signed for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Far from marking the end of his journey, this move represented continuity. Even there, he continued to score, lead, and raise standards. To this day, Cristiano Ronaldo remains an active and influential player for Al Nassr, defying expectations about age and longevity. Portugal and national glory. Cristiano Ronaldo made his debut for the Portuguese national team on August 20, 2003. His defining international moment came on July 10, 2016, when Portugal won the UEFA European Championship. Injured early in the final, he could not finish the match, but he became its emotional leader from the touchline. He would go on to become the highest goalscorer in the history of international football, a record built on consistency, ambition, and relentless drive. The man behind the image. Beyond the trophies and headlines, Ronaldo is a son, a father, and a human being. He lost his father in 2005, a moment that deeply shaped his character. He has no tattoos, as he regularly donates blood. He is relentlessly demanding of himself, yet deeply devoted to his children. He often says, "Talent without hard work is nothing." More than a player. Even now, long after most players of his generation have retired, Ronaldo continues to live by the same rules he set for himself as a teenager. His days remain disciplined, repetitive, and demanding. Training, recovery, focus. Nothing is left to chance. Age, for him, is not an excuse, but another opponent to defeat. Wherever he plays, whether in Europe or the Middle East, his presence changes standards and expectations. Younger players watch how he works, how he eats, how he thinks. In that sense, Cristiano Ronaldo is no longer just competing, he is setting the benchmark. The final word. From February 5, 1985 to the present day, Cristiano Ronaldo's journey is the story of a man who refused to let circumstances define his limits. He will be remembered not only for goals and trophies, but for discipline, for mentality, and for an uncompromising refusal to be ordinary.